know everything.
How do you prolong your life expectancy? What if being dead is worse than being alive? There's a pattern that I've noticed with a lot of people. What happens is they work hard all their life and then they retire, and this is where everything goes wrong. Because after they retire, what always happens? They die. I see a correlation here. So, what do you need to do to address this issue of dying? Now, I'm not saying that this will make you immortal, because to be immortal, most of the time, you have to have, immortality genes. Like vampires in your bloodline, or something like that. But you can prolong your life expectancy just by prolonging your ability to be alive. Now, I know this just sounds like the same thing, but there's actually a tolerance that people have for being alive, and a lot of it is just the need to be able to tolerate boredom. What happens when you retire? People are trying to, after they retire, they start up hobbies, they start knitting, they start rocking avidly in the rocking chair. Why do you think they do that? They're trying to save their life because they're almost gonna die. I've had even some immortal friends go out this way. They got too bored and they died. Now, the solution to this might seem a little bit counterintuitive, but I'm going to explain what you need to do. So, there's only one step, but there's several ways you can do this. You have to basically increase your tolerance for boredom. In other words, increase your tolerance for being alive, because life is constantly throwing boredom at you. So what do? Well, there are a few things that can be pretty boring, and it depends person to person, but a couple of universal things are hanging out with young people, especially people that are a little bit younger than you, because all they do is just drink pizza and say incomprehensible things. It's really frustrating, because they think I'm the same age. Anyway, another thing that some people find really boring is watching educational videos, reading, watch sage videos. All of my videos are really boring because they're educational. And so obviously, I don't blame you if you're bored by it. I've tried to be quick and concise and explain all the points, but I understand, yeah, it's boring. Also, things like eating corn paste. You know, the things that you do when you're so bored that you actually can't do anything interesting because you're too bored to think of anything interesting to do. Yeah, that kind of thing. But take it by increments, okay? You have to take it by increments. Be careful, okay? Do not do this all at once, because that is one of the dangers of this technique, is you can die of sheer boredom. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing we're trying to avoid. It's like dosing a little bit of nightshade to get you. Because, I'm immune to nightshade, but I used to be allergic to it. And, a lot of people feel like they're allergic to nightshade, and I don't blame them, because they might be. But if you microdose it, you can actually get yourself to the point where, if somebody stabs you with a knife right here, trying to give you nightshade poisoning, because the knife was coated in nightshade, and he knew about my parents and hated them, and he thought I was on the same side, then it doesn't kill you. That's why you microdose with boredom, so that when you get old and you retire, retirement doesn't kill you. You're super welcome. I hope you save as much of your life expectancy as possible. Don't do anything too interesting, like live a healthy lifestyle. I mean, yeah, you can do it if you want, but you know what's gonna happen is it's going to be really interesting, and you're not going to have any tolerance for boredom when you get old, and you're too old to be able to do anything interesting, because that just happens. And you get old, you just can't do anything interesting anymore. They say it's their knees and their joints. It probably is, because their joints are bored. Anyway, you're welcome, and I hope you have a great day.